Well, what's going on here then? I don't know. Oh, I think that went a bit skew-whiff, to say the least. Let's try again. Good evening and welcome to our final show. Yes, folks, this is it. No more. I've even got the AI working, a little head with a troll behind. Um, this is the last show. Sorry to say it, but that's just the way it is. So glad to see so many people here for our last show. Sorry if you're disappointed. However, I can honestly say that I will not be doing another show because, quite frankly, I'm bored with it. I mean, we've done so much this year and we've got so much to look forward to. But don't worry, folks, it's only the last show of 2023. I'm not going that far. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, or wherever you are, whatever time it is. It's got to be 4:20 somewhere. But hello to Fake Mike Real News, Barbara, KS, Tiffany, the one and only Broke Fishing, Mrs. Meatball, Carlos, long time no see. Thank you for coming back in. And we've got Tiffany, as I say. Tiffany, it's always a pleasure to see you. And of course, we've got UKT, more commonly known as a raw pain in the backside. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been visiting my friends over in across the pond in the States, and they've had two streams of around 9-10 hours so far, and they're currently on 17 hours have been going and they've just ended. Oh, what a shame. I was going to send you all over to Northwoods Press 2, but they've just ended it, so they might be starting again, or they might hop in here. But yeah, it's been a great day for streaming. There's a few people, spoke to a few people I don't normally speak to. It's only because they were on the panel, and it's nice to have a a chat with them. Yeah. Don't be fooled by the title, folks. It's only the last show of the year. I was saying that I'm going to end up on a live stream somewhere on New Year's Eve, probably. I've got a great drinking game for every single creator, right? Every time somebody puts in the chat, Happy New Year to somebody, you have to take a shot of whatever your favorite spirit is. Me, I'll probably be no, I won't be drinking. I don't drink. You know, I am not on New Year's. Last time I drank on New Year's, I was so pissed I ended up singing. Was not good. You know, but yeah, you're right. It could become messy, Mrs. Meatball, depending. See, Joko's already started the game. Right, you've got to take a shot now. Fake Mike, you know where the link is. I sent it over to you earlier, sir. Well, I say sir, he's not really a sir, he's an American. Who said that? And why? I mean, come off it. It's not his fault, is it? Okay, so we got here. I would love to, but have to watch the spirits. Well, I tend to watch a lot of spirits, you know. Can you do it with Coke or Dr. Pepper? Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I'm not promoting drinking, you know. Northwood Press dropped a link. Oh, you know what? I can't drop the link. Too many P-bombers and other less desirables could get the link. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do it the other way. All right. Sent it via email and pigeon post. Fake Mike, you've got the link already. I might put it out later, but please do not be offended if you find that there is a banner up of some description. So, well, I can't send it to you. I can send it to via pigeon post, and that's what I've done. So hopefully it'll get to you up in the mountains where the snow is still on the ground. Yeah, I don't do shots of gin. No, you only do bottles, as I believe, Mrs. Meatball. You know, and yeah, okay. So Mountain Girl and Northwoods love people saying "woo woo." I don't understand, but I don't mind enjoying it. But I did start saying around and saying "woo fucking woo." But yeah, Northwoods. I'm going to see if I can find your link. It should be around somewhere. But I'll tell you what, you should really put your link out yourself, because you're blue, and anyone who's blue, put your links out, because you know, if you want people to go and sub to you, you need that publicity. You're part of the network, so please help yourselves. Hopefully you've got the email that I sent to you. If you haven't got it, please let me know. Try and do a refresh. I haven't had an email back to say it's not been delivered, so it should be a-okay. I don't know whether BBA is still going live or not. Let me see. Yes, he is. So We are currently running 2 shows at the same time on StreamYards. He's running his show, I'm running my show. Theoretically, it's my show, but I'd say it's not. I'm just the spokesperson, chief piss taker. But Mountain Girl and Northwoods, if you want to come on up, please do so. Grim, you would be correct. I have 2 bottles at the moment, only 2. Got it wrong there. West Side Accountability. How you doing? Long time no speak. Oh, about 10 minutes. If you've got the email, Northwoods, can you pass it around to a few people who are trusted? Gregory, how you doing? Great to see you. You spell Mrs. with an S, not an A. Just thought I'd let you know. We don't ask people how they are, especially if they've got Mrs. next to them, because then we would be talking about bags, and we don't want to be doing that. I've already done that on different live. Gone down that route. That opened up a can of worms. Yeah. I mean, what do you say when you take your missus with you shopping, and the sales assistant turns around and says, "Do you want a bag?" Do you look at your wife, or do you just ask her to pick the stuff up? I don't know. You tell me. I do that all the time. Hey, what's this? 25 people watching. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't believe it. I think that's the first time in a long time we've had those sorts of wonderful numbers. Let's see how many people drop off. So 2023, what have we done as a group of people? 2 years ago, me and a few other people, including this one here. Hello, Mellows.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
All right, mate. Yeah, I only just spoke to you as well, funny enough. Oh, Steve's in the house, still Steve Billings. Happy New Year. That's another shot.
Hello, everyone in the chat.
I was just saying, 2 years ago, we started on a journey. This journey has taken us to where we are today. We are now a network of people, loads of people who are interested in what we do. There's a few people who've even gone over to vigilante.media, signed up for the forum. That's the word I'm thinking. We've got a brand new website out now, which has been launched. That's up and running. Just in case you're not sure what that is, you can't miss it. It's on the screen, but it's the Grim Reaper Network.org. Just hang on 2 seconds, Fake Mike. I will bring you on shortly. The majority of this we have put together, learned from mistakes, and this is where we are now. So thank you very much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Anarchy, you've been around for year dot. Anne-Marie, well, Anne-Marie's so old on YouTube. Everybody knows her. Not many people can understand her because she talks Scouse, but that's the whole thing. Charlie Brown's in the house. Leo's in the house. Who else have we got here? Oh, we've got Scrunchy in the background, and we've got the one and only Fake Mike, Real News with the whisk.
Bingo!
Oh, don't start that again.
Oh,
Really? Bingo.
Yeah, I'm. You're lucky. You're very lucky that the world's #1 foremost fashion expert, also coincidentally the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard,
isn't here. What a shame.
Can we get a fit check? Can we get an outfit check for everybody?
He never noticed.
If everybody could tweet me your outfit, send me a picture of your outfit. It's at Fake Mike Real News on Twitter. We'll put them up on screen, and we're gonna be deciphering some outfits today. So that's what this is about. The network, who cares? But We got to see what you guys are fashion. If you're fashion forward heading into 2024, so I'll be critiquing. I'll be giving some feedback. Again, tweet your outfits at Fake Mike MIC Real News all together on Twitter. We'll be reviewing those later on the show, so stay tuned for that.
Can I correct you? It's not Twitter, it's X.
Yes, X Twitter, whatever.
It's an X Twitter account.
Yeah, so what's that? X/Fake Mike Real News, or is it Fake Mike
Yep,
Real News?
it's my name, Fake Mike Real News.
Yeah, but is
see
it
the outfit.
X
X /
Fake Mike Real News?
Yeah, I'm very happy that the guy that wants to microchip our brains is now finally giving us free speech.
Only on
It's
his
amazing.
terms.
Yeah, he's brilliant. You know, this guy.
Do you guys know what this is, guys? Good. Do you know what this is? That's my good eye. Hold on, sorry. I'll be back.
He does this a lot. No, he's actually working, so he will be dropping in and out. I'm going to try and resend this link over to Northwoods. Yeah, definitely the right one. And I understand this now.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of me saving the world.
Yeah.
You will never know.
Right. Do you know, I've just learned a valuable lesson, folks. Never, ever do a reply to yourself in error when you think that the other person's actually receiving the link. Northwoods Press, the link has gone over to you now. You should have it. Hello, Eddie. How are you doing? Happy New Year. That's another shot or another bottle. Happy New Year to you, Dragon, as well. Oh, this drinking game's good for all those people who are joining in, allegedly.
So how many you had?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it a different way. I'm having a 420 slice every time.
It's the edibles.
Well, yeah, sort of. Rolled. Sorry.
Oh, pre-rolls.
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, I got the wife to pre-roll them for me. The drinking game is on. Every time somebody says Happy New Year in the chat, if you're drinking, you got to take a shot. And if you're sober in an hour, there's something wrong.
There's this stuff that I saw. It's like a shot glass. I can't remember. It's only a little bottle, and it's called Lean, right? And it's the whole bottle. It's got like 1,000 milligram in there, and you mix it with whatever you want. You know, you can mix it with alcoholic drink. You can mix it with soft drink, or you can just drink it like that. It's a bit, I don't know. You need to mix it with something, man. It's a bit of an aftertaste to it. But fuck, it does get you lean, man.
Brave News saying it's the good eye not working. Fake Mike.
Yeah, I think I need to apply some Visine. Usually you guys will see me probably with shades on, and that's why. So yeah, that's why my good eye seems to be acting up a little bit today. Oh,
fair enough.
Yeah, no. I think this is when we were talking about Elon. He's how brilliant he is, how amazing his inventions are, how his cars, when they ignite, they seemingly burn for hours, burn down entire buildings. They're amazing. I mean, seriously, the technology that goes into, the stuff that he does is just literally brain damage.
Marie, you can't take Mrs. Meatball's place.
I mean, it literally is brain damage, isn't it? I mean, you'd have to damage your brain to insert a chip into it. So.
Oh, You know what? I wouldn't mind if it was more than a few chips and you had fish with it. Be all right, wouldn't it? Fish and chips.
And then you get bear pissing on your chips. That'd be
We might have to do that to save
Bingo.
humanity. We have to have Bear Britain piss on everybody in the pods to electrify their Neuralinks in the future one day and get them out of the Matrix.
Can I just have a quick word with the mods? If a character comes in called, what's his name now? Is it Roy? No, it's not Roy. It's gone. Oh, it was Roy. Yeah, if a character comes in who starts messing around or making silly things, comments in the chat, and starts bringing religion into this channel, please treat them with the respect that they deserve, because you know the rule: leave your shit at the door. I don't care who you are. We don't have any distractions. We are only about having a little bit of humour. I'm talking of humour. How you doing, AJ? Yeah, man, it's nice to see you. He's always got a good sense of humour. Paul Dirt Farmer, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Happy New Year to you. And Happy New Year to everybody else. There are over 20 people still here, which is great. So if I said that 20 times, would that mean that those who are joining in the game would be drunk within, no, it'd be alcoholic poisoning at the end of 5 minutes. They wouldn't be able to keep up, but Happy New Year to you. Are you working over New Year's, Fake Mike?
I am, but luckily I get out at 10 p.m. my time here, so I usually don't celebrate New Year's anyways. First of all, like, more often than not, I'm in the East Coast. It's cold as hell over here. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm just gonna be kicking it, man. I might have a little fun to myself, or maybe we'll even do a stream or something. I don't know, but no plans.
May have a little bit of fun with yourself. Was that what you said, or did I mishear you?
I can't. I mean, if I had the opportunity to have a big amount of fun with myself, I can, but I got to work with what I got. So.
Okay, just a little pecker. Everyone's saying Happy New Year to everybody. I think it's fantastic. Thank you so much. And if you want to tickle the like button or the dislike button, please feel free. So I don't mind.
Hey, who am I to King Shame? I've already shared and liked. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Every comment you send helps the algorithm. Every time you share the video to somebody new, to somebody else, that we're reaching out to new friends, and that's our goal, man. We want Team Grimm to be larger than Team World Economic Forum. So let's share the videos, guys, and let's grow this network in the new year, man.
That's what it's all about. We all have one thing in common, I think, and that's that we want to keep our freedoms. And for those in the UK, we just want to take them. Because let's face it, we don't have freedom here. We need it. Interestingly enough, earlier on today, I was talking to Westside, and Westside would love to know if there's any way of being able to build a separate service to StreamYards that we could call our own. And I have explained that we're working on that. And that'll be out in hopefully early 2024. That's the next big project that we're working on, folks. It's our own streaming service and social media service, with the option for the creators to monetize their channel themselves. But what we really want to do is have our own TV service. And for that, we need to fill up 24 hours a day of lives and footage. So if you're into that and you're dotted all over the world, different time zones, I mean, let's face it, in the States, there's about 4 different time zones. Let us know. And it means that we can hopefully have lives going on there all the time. And we can embed it onto the website and we can also hopefully eventually get it onto a streaming service such as Roku or whatever, MV, anything like that. But we've got to be careful that we still stay, unfortunately, within whatever local laws there are, so we don't breach those and get taken down. Because technically that could happen, but I doubt it. There'll be ways around it, I'm sure. Don't you think, Mellows?
Well, it's definitely a minefield. It's
Well,
I'm confident we'll be able to navigate through.
if you are interested, please drop an email at newsdesk@grimreapernetwork.org, and we can negotiate terms. As in, you don't charge us and we don't charge you, but we can use your content, and you also provide content by going onto the streaming service yourselves. We can source anything out. BAM Audits, hello. First time caller here, I believe.
Shout outs to BAM Audits, yo. That's me and my boy B's channel. In the new year, we're gonna get a new auditing channel. So shout outs to B. I've been on the live panel. He texted me over here. I haven't got a chance to respond to his text, but I've been on 2 live panels since I got here to work, and I got here to work early. So shout outs to the BAM Audits, yo. Good dude.
Well, I'm going to put your link out over in the chat because I think that everybody should be able to gain subscribers, even if you don't have much content or no content. Good evening to you, Brandon. Good to see you. Hope 2024 is a better year for you. And all I will say is if Mountain Girl is still there, the link has been sent to you. Hopefully you've got it. If you, you can't come up no more. Oh, right. Okay. You're going to sleep. Fair enough. Woo, fucking woo. Anyway, I digress.
Good evening, I'm Chevy Chase. And
What? Did someone say something? I heard something in the background.
Not me.
No. Oh, well, I must have got a cross link somewhere. Unless it was fake Mike.
Might have been me.
Could have been. I heard something in the background. But
Been close to Christmas past.
Mountain Girl, have a good sleep. North Press, see you in about 3 days. Well, next year, the pair of you. Because I can't see you going live again. Been live for near enough 19 hours. But yeah, enjoy your sleep. Where's Bear, by the way? Bear disappeared.
Xbox.
Bear, he's probably gone to sleep as well. I did a live before me. I think he got upset because I nipped on before this one just to advertise it. But yeah, Mountain Girl, much love to you as well. Take it easy. I've got a couple of hopefully some interviews lined up for the new year. One of which I definitely cannot put on YouTube because I'm going to give an open forum to You Have Rights because of the garbage that he's been going through over the last 12 months. And I'm also hoping to talk to Four Corners, Fist in the Air, and For the Record regarding what has happened recently to those guys. And I've put that information up over on the website, so please go over have a look at it, and if you want to see tyranny at its worst or best, depending on how you look at it, you'll see it there. You know, someone gets arrested for sitting on the street with a video camera. Different. But anything can happen over in the States, and it usually does. And it might. You trust the stormtroopers, don't you?
I always trust what known liars and traffickers say. It's just a policy of mine.
That's all right. Oh, by the way, does your policy? Wait till he's finished. I'll say he's actually working there. But I was going to say, does that policy override law, or is it just a policy?
Policy always trumps law in every situation.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I disagree, but hey. So what have you been up to today, Mellows?
Not a lot. I bought some new weed.
You got some new weed?
Yeah, it's called Lost Coast Ghost OG.
Ah, different.
Different, yeah. It's banging, man.
Oh,
Fuck
good.
it.
Well, next time you get a bit, let us know. Might be able to do some business. You never know. Oh, I'll try a sample.
Mong the shit out of me, man. It's like spaced out.
Oh, excellent. If it gets you spaced out, you imagine it me having it and doing a live. Oh, Jesus.
Really nice, clean, large, dense nuggets as well. Nice. Pretty.
Stop it. You're going to make people's mouths water.
Yeah, man. I it sucks because I got no damn. I'm at work, man. I got weed in my car, but I got no alcohol, no weed, man. And you guys are all having fun. Matter of fact, I'm trying to do a fun stream, and I'm like, yo, everyone will be having fun except for you. I'm gonna have fun, but it's nice when you're off on a Friday, you know, and you have a drink and a smoke. You know?
Are you doing a live later, Fake Mike?
Yes, I'm going to do a live in exactly 2 hours and 28 minutes. 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joined by you if you're up and ready. Mellows, I'll be joined by Good Guy Audits. I'll send the invitation out to Eli and Bear Britain Audits. We're going to have a cool stream. It's going to be the first ever, it's going to be the debut of Fake Mike Friday. First, we're going to start off with a fit check. We're going to do outfit checks for everybody here. We're going to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? We're going to do some meme review. We're going to listen to some music, and we're going to go over some unpopular opinions, but we will not be talking about politics or religion. We might even talk about general ideas, but we're not getting anything close to anything remotely. We're just going to have a chill, fun stream, man. Okay.
So this is going to be a load of auditors not talking about audits.
It's only going to be me. I mean, I think it's only going to be Bear will probably be sleeping by then. But yeah, I think Eli may show up. But we're gonna talk about dating advice too, bro. Like we're gonna be kicking it. Me and the idea for the stream, I was already having the stream, but then the other night, me, Mellows, and Good Guy, he was kicking it in Jitsi, and he was playing Are You Smarter? And then me and Good Guy Audits, he's actually a model. You know what I'm saying? And so like he was showing me like because we started talking about sneakers, and I was like, yo, check these. He was like, check these. We started talking about music. We played Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking shit. So I was like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So yeah, make sure you guys are tuned in for that. That's gonna be fun. We ain't talking no audit and shit though. We ain't talking no audit and shit. Promise you that.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. You never know, I might be around still.
Hope you are.
It'd be nice talking to. He's now known as Good Guy Activism rather than Good Guy Audits. He did do a slight brand rechange, but he's a good guy.
GGA.
Yeah,
he's still GGA.
Yeah, exactly. GGA. Try saying that when you're sober. All the New Year's are stopped, which is fine. That's good. PK, good to see you in here. Thanks very much. Blackwatch, you just turned up. I think so. Yeah. Smarter than a YouTuber. Hey, what? Fair dues, fair dues. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise. I know there's a few people who've been up all day and are tired and have had to fall asleep, which is fair enough. Big shout out to Northwoods Press too for the mammoth stream that he's done today. Started last night and ended up finishing only about an hour ago, if that. So that was good being part of that. It was a good laugh. Old guy, 65 Mitch, he had a birthday. And I suggested that he changed the 65 to 66 as he's not a year older, but it turns out that that was the year he was born or created. And I think majority of people here are still younger than me. Anyway, so Mellows, in the coming months, the network is going to go from strength to strength, and that is a statement, not a spoiler. You and I are going to get together in January and work out this streaming service that we want to do and get it embedded onto the website, and also to try and work out a rota and know when people are going to be live or are able to go live. But we are looking for commitment from creators, and you don't have to be an auditor. You can be an expert in crochet, you know, and then take it from there. What was birth in 1961, Grim? Well, is that when you were born, Barbara? Or created, or whatever you want to, you know, it is. Yeah, because we want to be able to use the service 24/7. 365 days a year. There's a lot of work involved. 1961 was a good year. It was the year that America turned around and said by the end of the decade they would put somebody on the moon and they would return. And it's questionable whether it actually happened or not, because there is some people who say it never happened.
The evidence.
Yo, I just got a question. Who's making this comments right now?
Which comments?
About the moon. Are you bringing this up, or are you reading comments in the chat?
No, I'm bringing it up. I was referring to 1961, which was the year that it was announced that by the end of the decade, men would be put on the moon and would return. And it was supposed to be safety. Now, there was safety in there, but allegedly, as it's turned out, there was a lot of things put in place that weren't really safe. But yes, it was JFK who said it, if I remember right. But the question is, and I watched a documentary and earlier on today, and this is why I was bringing it in. The conspiracy theorists, the way it was put, say that things like the flag waving on the moon when there's obviously no wind, the fact that the shadows were in different positions from what they should be, and the conspiracy theorists were saying, well, it had to be done in the studio for the lighting, And the fact that there was more lighting in certain areas proved it was a spotlight. And then on the other side was the people who were talking on behalf of NASA were trying to debunk all these theories, shall we say, for want of a better expression. I'm still undecided. I'm still confused because over in the UK, we've got a radio scope, Jodrell Bank, and they listened in to the conversations that the astronauts had, but they couldn't hear mission control. So it was only one way in what was going on at the time. And that's totally neutral. Now, I've got a theory. If Jodrell Bank were listening into this conversation, which was allegedly, X number of thousands of miles away, and they only heard one part of it, how do they know it was actually being transmitted from the lunar capsule? Because it's a radio transmission. So yeah, there's the question mark. In 1961, there was also a nuclear threat, and there's a space war as well, or space race. That's what it was all about. The start of the space race. It was the Cold War. Yeah, I'm undecided. And I remember the splashdowns. I remember watching the live transmissions of the first moon landing, allegedly. But all I'd like to say is on that one, there is no confirmation, to me anyway. What's this you put in KS? You have skipped and bounced with HF radio, so many or may not have come from the capsule. Exactly. Yeah. So in other words, the way that signals bounce around and etc., there's no confirmation it came from the capsule. It could have just been down the road, and it could have been a CB radio. But what I did find was interesting was the computer capabilities was very minimal compared to today. And everything was put into, all the mathematics was worked out in mission control. And then that information was sent back to the astronauts. So they'd ask a question, like how far we got to go, because obviously they didn't have a mileometer, right, to tell them. So they would then work it out and send it back. Didn't make sense to me, but a lot of things from the 60s didn't make sense to me. But I still don't think that they had enough computer power to work everything out back in those days. And of course, they didn't know that the internet was going to be around the corner, even though the internet was something the military gave us, funnily enough. Yes, Jodrell Bank can only get radio signals. It can't pick anything else up. It's not built that way. But Mellows, I know that you believe that it was the fake moon landings.
I was there, saw it happen.
What, live on the TV or?
They absolutely did land on the moon. The place, I think, is it's a real place, man. I mean, yeah.
They were high, obviously. You weren't there. You're too young.
Yeah, I was there, man. I was there. I was watching.
You were too young to realise what you were watching.
Yeah,
But you know, it's always going to be.
I'm not. I've watched Stanley Kubrick's Confession several times, right? And this guy is the most famous movie director of all time, right? Of his time. He was one of the most successful, award-winning movie producers. He was world renowned, right? He had anybody, whatever he wanted from the government. He wanted an airplane. He got an airplane. He wanted whatever he wanted, he got this guy, right? Why would this guy, right? After he's retired now, he's no longer making any movies. Everybody loves him. He's got loads of movies. Why would he lie about making the moon landing video?
I'm not sure that I'm pretty sure that well, regardless if it's authentic or not, the mainstream claims that his admission is inauthentic and that was not real. But
that was definitely him.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's. I can't speak to the veracity of that whatsoever. But they claim that. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know whether it was true or false.
If you guys don't haven't seen the video, you can go over to BitChute, just put in Stanley Kubrick moon landing or confession, and you'll see it. There's several videos over there, and it's definitely him, right? And he wasn't acting. Didn't look like he was acting. Didn't sound like he was acting to me. This guy was, I actually believe. I believe his story, man.
Yeah, some people even say that was an actor playing Kubrick and it wasn't even Kubrick itself. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but just figured I always try to get,
video.
I've seen the video, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's actually a really I don't know who did this, but there's a documentary online which mixes real footage of real interviews with astronauts and then kind of mixes BS in there too. So I'm skeptical of everything, but yeah, man, just because the mainstream doesn't say something is real also doesn't mean it's not real either. So keep that in mind. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, to me, it looked like I've watched the video several times, right? To me, it looked like it was him, right? It definitely was him to me, in my mind. It wasn't a CGI of him. It was him, right? It wasn't an actor of him. It was him. I mean, I've seen him for years. This guy is the most famous producer on the planet. He's notably one of the most, well-known producers of his time, right?
Lasodian is asking a very good question. Everybody wait until mankind lands on moon. What year will this happen?
On Mars.
Sorry, on Mars.
2030, they're going to start to send off something. They're doing a mission in 2030, I think.
Yeah, but they're talking about going back to the moon. The first time they've gone to the moon.
No, you're talking about Mars.
Yeah, no, but they're talking about launching from the moon.
Yeah, probably.
So they've got to build, I was going to say a PlayStation then, a space station capable. I mean, they're going to transfer all these rocket components by rocket to the moon and back. Now, once they finished with the moon originally, it then took them how many years to create the space shuttle, as they called it? That didn't go to the moon. It just went up into space, allegedly, to build various space stations.
That's a death trap. Anybody who wants to go to the Mars or the moon or anything, you're looking at a death trap there.
Here we go. Now then. KS says we will never go back to the moon. NASA already said we have lost all ability to go back.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
they have.
remember that video where he actually said, this guy, this NASA expert, he said, "Oh, we've lost it. We destroyed the technology." And there was another video. It was saying that we've lost the technology and we don't know what we've done with it. And it's like, what kind of bullshit you think I'm going to listen to here? You know, what the fuck do you think I am? You sit there, pull the other one there.
Well, I think it was David Bowie who asked the question, is there life on Mars? We still don't know. And we're still going to send people up there, allegedly. But is that going to be another space race? Because India's launched and landed a rocket on Mars, allegedly. The graphics on that were fantastic. Really fantastic. Oh, that's all I can say. If that is the state of India's CGI, I think they've got a long way to go. You've got China, who are, expecting to be able to get into space properly. I mean, realistically speaking, if that was to happen, they would have to put all their scientists together to be able to produce the hardware to be able to do it, because I don't think one country could do it. The Americans were the first to put the Russians were the first to put a satellite in space.
Yeah, I've got an idea. Why don't we create a new world government, right? And then we could go to the moon and the Mars and all these things, and then, brilliant idea. What did I think of that?
Yeah. I mean, it cost hundreds and billions of dollars, pounds to send mankind.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to hear about that argument. I was hearing that argument again on Bear Britain's panel. Oh, it costs so much money. Why aren't they sending? Yeah, money is
They just print it. They just print it.
Money. They print money out of thin air. It's that money is not backed by gold or anything. They print money for the most part across the world out of thin air. They routinely pay NASA billions of dollars in the first place. And then they never, ever, ever run out of money to finance genocides in Yemen, to help Ukraine, to help Israel, to help our enemies. They have so much extra money. They have money to do gender studies in Pakistan. Literally. And I'm not against doing gender studies, but I just think maybe we should wait until Flint Water has clean Michigan. Flint Water has clean Michigan.
I remember an experiment they funded, right, with tax money, and they fed birds cocaine to see if it makes them horny.
Well, did it?
No, I think it killed them. It definitely got them high.
Well,
much respect to Four Corner Fists in the Air. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're good. We've got a long way to go with the issues you and I need to get together, along with for the record with Luck, and hash something out between us so we can get your plight, or for the record's plight, highlighted and get more people behind you. Just in case you weren't aware, for the record, was arrested on the Indian reservation in Arizona and Nevada. I got a short-term memory loss half the time. But either way, he was arrested for nothing, and it was his first audit as well. So, that was rather amazing. But I think we need to get behind that and show support, because there's nothing worse than feeling as if you're on your own. There we go. click the right one. No.
Never.
Somebody's. Thank you. Nation Reservation in Window Rock, Arizona. So I was close. So yeah, the information, as I say, is on Grim Reaper Network.org. Go over there and you'll see the links are there to all the videos. And then we've got Charlie Brown. Not to mention the cost and time of training astronauts. Well, I hope they do a better job than last time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Four Corner, it was for the record's first audit. Oh, on a reservation. I thought it was the first audit. Yeah, bad luck. I mean, he got arrested for charged with trespass on public property, and being a criminal nuisance. Now, I've never heard that term before, and I think it's only in America where you would get charged for being a criminal nuisance. What the hell?
It's all not even in America, I don't think. Criminal nuisance.
Yeah, that's what he got charged with.
What is a criminal nuisance?
Well, I don't know. Was it? You know, I thought that the Joker and the Riddler were criminal nuisances. You know, and it was Batman that sorted them out. But I've never heard of that one, to be honest. Not in real life. Maybe Fake Mike has heard of it in the past. You know, but I haven't.
You know, I haven't. A public nuisance. But just here on this website, nuisance consists of unlawfully doing an act or omitting a performing duty which endangers other. Every state's going to be something different. I've never heard of anybody in my entire life being charged with a nuisance. Here from Arizona, here it says, what is a criminal nuisance statute in Arizona? Any person who knowingly maintains or commits a public nuisance, or who knowingly fails or refuses to perform any legal duty relating to the removal of a public nuisance is guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor. So I'd be curious to see what, and I'll look it up here, but what is the definition of a nuisance? Because at the end of the day, it's not illegal to be annoying. So
I've also got a theory that, for the record, it could have been charges could have been on a racial thing, because Four Corner Fissinier is full-blooded Native American and Arapaho. I can't pronounce it these days. Sorry, but he didn't get arrested. So I find that, you know, to me, I think that you know, could go down the road of it being that, you know, he's being picked on from a racial point of view. You know, however, that would be down to court of law to work out and whatnot. But for the time being, of course, it's going to be hanging over his head, shall we say. AJM says the governments around the world aren't your friends, they are a cult. Yes, I can't disagree with that at all.
Wake up and do your homework.
You people need to wake up and do your homework.
A lot
F
of
in the chat,
states
everybody.
use
F in the
it to
chat
get.
for Jordan Maxwell, yo.
So KS saying a lot of states use it to get people like homeless and poor away from places where they want tourists to visit. Okay, right. Again, you know, I mean, if they're on the streets or sidewalk, then it's public. So how can you be arrested for being in public? PK's put it down as big criminal nuisance would be the equivalent of our aggravated trespass.
Aggravated trespass. So what's the difference between a trespass and an aggravated trespass, I guess?
aggravated trespass is when you're told to leave, but you don't. At that point, it becomes aggravated in the UK.
That's what I figured the answer was going to be. Yeah. Aggravated trespass. It's interesting.
Well, Corner, you are welcome. I'm more than happy to support this. When it was first mentioned to me, I decided that I was going to do something about it and to keep pushing it as well. I don't want people to forget how cruel the stormtroopers can be, especially when he was not even told that he was being arrested and there was no Miranda rights read. Strange. But
not once have I been arrested. I've been arrested many times for auditing. Not once did they ever read me my rights.
Okay, right. Don't know whether I can show this. Give me 2 seconds.
That's what she said. No, that's what I said. Sorry, my bad.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I can share this. I just got to figure out how to do it because last time I tried this, it didn't work, folks. But I will try again. Again, is that showing on the screen? It will be in a minute. There you go. Okay. Big screen. Right. Here we go. Watch the graphics, folks.
जी हाँ, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं। Landing module.
People are applauding.
And as you can see, the graphics there were fantastic.
Undeniable facts. And just give you the video right there. There's proof right there. There's my proof. You don't believe that we landed on the moon.
Well, India did, according to that, and that was the live pictures that were transmitted.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, so first of all, whoa. Okay, so I had to look away because I'm here at work when you were playing the video, and I just looked it up on my phone. What? That's what?
Today's technology, we got 4K, we got Polaroid cameras, we got 8K.
Oh, Dios mío, bro. Craziness, bro. Really? Like, this is actually, like, really crazy. Like, that's
Now-
they're passing that off as legit. Wow.
Well, it was what they even showed in the studio. In their mission control studio. That was what was on the screens.
Yeah.
They had no other way of doing anything, so they hired the guy who was good with graphics back in 1981, and that's what they came up with. I mean, I've got to admit the colours were good.
The landing, did you see the landing? How it just stopped?
Yeah. Yep.
Pathetic.
But yes, that was the actual footage from India at the time, and they actually landed on the South Pole.
I did put the South Pole of the moon.
Yep.
I did put another video in the back, an anonymous video, a message to citizens of the world, but I'm not sure if you want to play it, man. It's up to you.
I'll have a gander at it first. It's usually safe things that you put up. Yeah, that was by accident, Blackwatch. I do apologise. I won't do it again, honestly. Are you using footage as a basis for a conspiracy? Come on, guys. No. Conspiracy. I'm showing you exactly what we showed live throughout the world. And that was India confirming that they had landed an unmanned drone, basically, on the moon. And it was the first time that anybody had been there. Yeah. Apparently, yes, you're right. It does remind me of Space Invaders, if you remember that game, folks. I couldn't even say it was Alien Destroyer, but definitely Space Invaders. Right, let's have a look at this other link you put in. 9 times out of 10, it's A-okay. Yeah, I can show that one, Mellows, but I will have to stop and start because I wouldn't want anyone to turn around and say, "Oh, you're using other people's channel."
Yeah, I believe that video is fair use anyway. It's
Yeah.
Creative Commons license.
Yeah. No problem.
It's been heavily edited as well. He's done a good job.
Yeah.
You can feel it. Something is off.
Oh, God, I can smell
Things
it.
are getting stranger by the day. Just a coincidence, or is something more sinister happening right under our noses?
We want to warn you now, this next story is disturbing.
Namely, in earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people, literally, than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to control.
I would like to reduce the number of people on the planet because there's too many of us. It's a planet of finite resources and we're using them up.
Okay, kill yourself then, bitch.
First, we've got population. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The true ruling elite are a cult, pure evil. The elite are extremely wealthy. They have more money than you can think of. So why would they want even more money, even more control? It's because they use their wealth and power to execute their agenda, to live out their evil. If you think this is just conspiracy theory, think again. Look around you. Everything benefits them and not humanity. The globalists have a religion. To the public, it's sold as climate change or the global crisis. What is the basis of the climate change agenda? It's population control. It's depopulation. The elite look at us as parasites that need to be controlled, and there is an unelected network that controls what the public sees. Plausible deniability is their cover. They are playing dumb on every level to gaslight us. The same agendas throughout history are presented differently with the same goals. The elite are becoming restless and are now out in the open with who they really are. Corruption in the government is just the tip of the iceberg. The upper echelon at the top have an anti-human agenda. Threats of world war, but behind the scene, it's more about control and backdoor dealings between world governments. The open border, drug trafficking, human trafficking is covered up and controlled by our own government. It's deeper than that. There is a reason why most of these corruption networks never get shut down. These anti-humanists control mostly everything. You'd be shocked to know what the people in most power positions really think of the general public. The elite's corruption network operates like prison gangs or like a mafia, but on a larger scale. Blackmail, controllers, handlers, money laundering. If you want to stay rich and powerful, You'll have to do their dirty work. They have their hands in everything. A lot of these players simply love the spotlight. Most of the celebrities, politicians, CEOs love the fame and fortune. But the ones at the top of these groups are completely evil. Many become unwillingly controlled by signing on into the club without knowing what they are actually involved with behind the scenes. Most of humanity is asleep and distracted by meaninglessness. The elite are warning us of a cyber attack, also known as a digital event. The economy would collapse if we suffered an internet shutdown. The modern power grid relies on the internet to coordinate power plants. Without it, each country's national grid will become unbalanced, and local outages escalate into a blackout for most of the world. A society slipping into chaos will allow the elite to reset and rebuild a world for themselves. There will be events leading up to a total collapse: domestic attacks, biological attacks, world wars. With each event, more and more control is gained. Time is running out. If society suffers from any of these trigger events, there might be no turning back. Humanity is at the crossroads. This is happening right now. We need to reject the global agenda and know who the world rulers really are and what they are up to. The fight for humanity is happening now.
If I told the world what I know is really going on, they would kill me. It's frightening.
What is going on in the world right now has never happened in the history of the world.
So I've already been warned many times to stay in my lane. So what you and I are doing right now is very dangerous. Watch what you say.
This is really about the future.
Before the end of this decade, a new technology will emerge and the future will be shown to us.
Because I think this clear vision of the future is possible. So I want you to pay attention. I don't care where you live in the world, watch the video, because otherwise words will not do it justice. You're going to see what 99.99% of the world's population will never see. I won't talk about conspiracy, but something's fishy about this crisis. Why did they have to shut down the whole world? And I think it's because they're covering up something very, very big. And in September 2019, the shadow banking system collapsed. And that's why the Fed and the Treasury are printing tens of trillions of dollars all over the world. So when Corona appeared, I think it was an excuse to shut down the world economy to cover up what really happened. So in March of 2020 was the biggest crash in world history of the stock market, but nobody knows anything about it because everybody's quarantined at home thinking about coronavirus and social distancing and wearing face masks. So people are missing out on one of the biggest catastrophic cash heists in the history of the world. They don't even know what's happening. Now, the good news is I'm going to make a fortune. This is the best time if you're ready for it. Just know you might be missing one of the biggest opportunities in the history of the world because our governments have really screwed up.
Theory is one thing, reality is another. And it's frightening. I'm okay because I was ready for it. I mean, my wife and I, Kim, were just sitting there having expensive bottle of wine, toasting each other because we made it. We came through heaven and hell to make it. And it was worth the journey, but to not know if what I was forecasting was going to come true was self-doubt. We all have self-doubt. So it's time to move on. The prediction you're talking about here is Rich Dad's prophecy. And it was about the crash that would come in 2016. Well, it came 4 years later, 2020. But I didn't foresee, in 1999, I didn't foresee quantitative easing and money printing. I just didn't see how dastardly how the people that control the world are. And then to have it come through via a virus, or what Nassim Taleb calls a black swan, even more dastardly, and then to shut down the whole world's economy and put millions of people out of work and destroy, small business owners, the lifeblood of the world, to save the rich, the really, really rich, is, I think, criminal. It's really the most exciting time. It's also dangerous. because the moment I started tweeting about the coronavirus, whatever it is, I was told, stay in my lane. Stay in my lane. We'll get you. And that's exactly what Fuller said back in '81. He says, if I told the world what I know is really going on, they would kill me. So what you and I are doing right now is very dangerous for our personal lives, our professions, and all this. So all you listening out there, be a wartime leader, watch what you say.
We're here about preparing, not predicting. Unfortunately, a lot of people have found out the hard way through shock that they were not prepared when the coronavirus hit, and who could have predicted that? But so now we have an opportunity to hear from an expert on what you see, Brent, coming down the pipe.
Essentially, what I think has happened over the last 10 years, and what I think is going to happen over the next few years, is that the world, after the financial crisis, the central banks just got together and just printed all this liquidity. At the end of 2015, beginning of 2016, the U.S. stopped mixing the milkshake, and we started raising interest rates. And the raising of the interest rates from 2016 to 2019, combined with a number of other factors, it's not just interest rates, but interest rates were a big factor. And the fact that our interest rates, while they've come down a lot, are still higher than Japan and Europe, who have negative rates. That, along with these other factors of having the global reserve currency system, having the dollar payment system, having the largest U.S. military, having the deepest capital markets, all of that stuff acts as a straw which sucks up all the liquidity that the world is printing. Now, there's dollars in the United States and there's dollars outside the United States. The dollars outside the United States are called euro dollars. It's different than euros, so you don't confuse euros and euro dollars. But at the end of the day, whether you like the dollar or whether you hate the dollar, whether you think it's a good currency or a horrible currency, the fact of the matter is it is the currency which the world runs on.
Your best investment might be the US dollar.
I'd say that the main difference pre-corona and post-corona, from my point of view, is the extent to which the United States is going to help mix the milkshake going forward. Before, I thought that we might mix it a little bit and the rest of the world would continue to mix it a lot and we would suck it in. Well, now I think we're in there mixing it with them. But I still think for a number of reasons, the U.S. is going to be the primary recipient of sucking in all that milkshake, all that liquidity that the rest of the world is, and that we are now printing, or the liquidity that we're putting into the market.
So the world's printing money, but that's going to flow to the U.S. is what you're saying.
Exactly. And as that capital comes into the U.S., I don't just think it sits in cash. I think it gets put into places that yield a little bit more than cash. Maybe it goes into Coca-Cola. Maybe it goes into IBM. Maybe it goes into Electronic Arts or Microsoft. Some of these companies that have some growth potential that maybe pay a dividend. And to think about it, it really depends on where you're sitting on how this works out. If you're sitting in Argentina and you have some excess savings and you can put it in the dollar and the Argentinian peso goes down 10%, you just made 10%. But if you also put it in Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola pays you a 3 or 4% dividend, now you've made 13%. And if Coca-Cola happens to go up 6%, now you've made 20%. So, now you don't get that same thing if you're in the United States because the dollar is your currency. But my point is that whether you like it or not, the biggest demand for currency out there is the demand for the dollar. And despite the fact that they're printing a lot of it, the demand for it dwarfs the supply.
And with the coronavirus, because we don't know what is coming with that, how do you see, in your world, what impact does that have in the future?
Well, it has two impacts that are absolutely opposing each other. So and it's a progression. So what I mean by that is the whole COVID virus has caused global trade, global travel, global movement to stop. And that means the same for the velocity of money. So, there's never enough money in the system to pay all the debt. So money has to circulate at a certain level of speed in order to service all the debts that are out there. When money velocity falls, money doesn't circulate, people miss their payments, or defaults happen, and you get a contraction. That's a credit contraction. And so what the central banks do is they pump liquidity in to try to counteract that lack of velocity. And so what I think this COVID and the lack of the flow of money is making the global economy come in under even more pressure than it was before. It makes it even harder to get those dollars to service that dollar debt. And so I think it's kind of accelerating the downside of the milkshake. But here's the flip side. Is they're going to print all these dollars and all this currency, right? And so when the COVID does leave and money is start to flow again, now you've got a lot more money out there, and now it's flowing. So that's a recipe for inflation. But first you get the deflation, you print all the money, and then when the money starts to move, you get high levels of inflation because there's so much liquidity now. So again, I don't think we're there yet, but that's what's setting up. So I think we have deflation, for the next year, 18 months, and then we have inflation after that as capital starts to circulate again.
Well, I would got to say that I believe that was actually worth a watch. Interesting. Oh, it said that 2 years of COVID was to hide something and to control us. And it was, to me, it's quite obvious that if the US was going to hit rock bottom again, like it did in the 1920s, they had to come up with something which would prevent the public getting to know about it. So, yeah, think about it. Yeah. Yum, how you doing?
Hey, Yum. Always good to never see you and know who you are. But I love you. Yum's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy, man, with this damn economic system. I mean, like, we're in debt. We can't pay back the debt. They keep printing money. They keep inflating the currency. Our money keeps on becoming worth less. They keep on diverting funds to the military-industrial complex. While, I mean, like, bro, like, what the hell? Same people that invented money. Who invented money?
The rich. For the record, welcome. And just so that everybody knows, for the record story, I pinned the link to the network's website so that you can actually go on there, click on it, and then it'll take you through to For the Record's YouTube site. And also Four Corners, you can watch and listen and learn. Please get behind these guys and support them. Send them messages of support. When you put something up, let them know that you are thinking of them. And as I say, I still think it was a racist way of dealing with this person. With, for the record, it's for the first time it's gone on the reservation, done an audit, and trespassed them. And I still can't get my head around criminal nuisance. But talking of criminal nuisance, those people that came up with the idea behind locking us all up and social distancing, I think they were definitely criminal nuisance, one way or another. There, Britain Audits, how you doing?
There.
Here's a question. Why'd they call it a shot bullet or a shot of bourbon? Oh, can't answer that one. Because bourbon is American, but a shot of alcohol is in a very short, small glass. And you drink it neat. And then hope that the burning sensation disappears quickly. Good question. Yes, Four Corners is in the house, for the record. There, how you doing? If you want to come up, you know the route. You don't need an invite, you know that. We haven't been slagging you off, honest. But we do have a drinking game. Every time someone says Happy New Year's, you take a shot. Evening banners. That's if you're a drinker. If you're a smoker, you finish your blunt. Or you go.
What if you're both and you can't because you're at work? What if
that's a you problem, not a me problem.
AKA quit work is what you're telling me.
Albeit for me to say that, you need to work to get money.
That's the damn thing about it, though, right?
You have to count up the amount of spliffs that you need to make, and then smoke them all in one go, and you're finished.
Does George Soros or someone just want to take me in and just feed me and give me money, bro, so I don't have to sit here? Like,
George Soros, yeah, he's looking for some new socialist, communist.
Well, I'm an anarchist. Does that count?
Well,
not his version of anarchy, but I'm an anarchist.
yeah, I think it will.
I'm a true anarchist. Sorry.
I don't believe.
I don't believe in any of it.
Depending on how good you are, I think he pays you something like £500 a week. Yeah.
Hey, I'll take it, bro. Better than sitting here not smoking weed.
Wouldn't it be good if you got paid in weed?
Yeah, no, because you still got to eat too. But it'd be
Really?
cool if they
Not of edibles?
It would be just cool if they just stopped taxing 30 to 50% of my income illegally, unconstitutionally, and immorally. I mean, I wouldn't have to worry about anything then. We literally work 3, 4, maybe even more months out of the year for an illegal, unconstitutional income tax, and it's like, bro, can I just have my money, bro? You didn't work.
Don't use that. Go and kill people with it.
Don't kill people, guys. That's always a good thing. Don't kill people.
I don't agree with violence unless it's necessary. But sooner or later, you're going to have to take on the stormtroopers.
You know,
the stormtroopers aren't going to come over to our side straight away, you know, because they believe that what their masters tell them is right.
You know, didn't they just recently gave themselves a pay rise as well? The timing of it, and then all that grief they gave to the NHS nurses who wanted a pay rise. They gave themselves a pay rise.
Yep, and teachers.
And the teachers.
And everybody else that deserved a pay rise, which is, I think, is everybody. And then over in the States, it's slightly different. They have to go cap in hand to the union for the union to agree. In theory, they need to have a pay rise for them to go to the bosses. It's a slightly different setup over there because allegedly the unions are just as corrupt as the masters. They're just another string of puppets masters. But that's all allegedly, folks. I can't prove prove one way or the other. It's just my opinion.
What about that? The education. What was it? The secretary in charge. The one you put in education.
Let's start again. Secretary for Education.
Yeah,
Minister for Education. Yeah,
Minister for Education. Yeah, she ended up spending millions of pounds on decorating her offices, while cutting back on schools. Well, these schools have got leaky roofs and shabby electricity, and she's cutting back on that just to spend millions of pounds decorating her offices.
Income tax is supposed to stop after World War II. It only started to help pay for the war, but they kept it for unknown reasons. And the US Supreme Court hasn't really looked into it. That's over in the States, folks.
Well, and it's actually over here as well. It was after the war, it became a thing. They sold it to us that it was to pay for the NHS and, to help.
Well, they introduced national insurance along the basis that it's going to pay for pensions, and then people started living longer. Prince Harry, question mark. I have no comment. Income tax is illegal. Well, technically, it's legal according to the law. I think it's daylight robbery. I mean, at least Dick Turpin wore a mask. He had the decency. But
it's legalized theft, isn't it? And government is legalized theft. Legalized, they legalize everything, basically.
I'm a firm believer that the government should provide all the services necessary for the people, because the people dictate by voting these people into office.
But they
are
don't.
there for the people, but that is actually
We don't
an
vote
illusion. It's
We
not
don't
true.
vote
It's an
for the
illusion.
premier, do we? We never vote for the premier. Even in America, they never vote for the president. We don't vote for the prime minister. We vote for our elected officials, who then go on to vote for whoever the fuck they're going to vote for. So
Yeah.
and
It's the leader of the party that becomes the leader of the parliamentary party in the UK. On the winning side, that becomes prime minister. And then when the prime minister resigns, even after 40 days, there's an election within the parliamentary party to pick a new leader that becomes prime minister.
yeah, we never choose them. We just choose the dickhead.
Yeah. So the lesson here, ladies and gentlemen, is if you want to vote, that's fine. But just remember, whoever you vote for, the government still gets in.
That's the problem, man. They always get in, bro, and they're not going to let anybody run that's going to change the world. As Mark Twain said, if voting mattered, they wouldn't let us do it. So
here's a good one for you. 10th Amendment income tax. I don't know the 10th Amendment, so I can't say whether that's right or not.
10th Amendment, the 9th and 10th Amendments, if you're not familiar, they're reserved for basically states' rights here in the United States. And long story short, it says anything that's not reserved for the people is the states get to do that. But that also means states, so the states can make do their own thing. But also, a state can't do something due to the supremacy clause of the Constitution. A state can't do something like make slavery legal, right? Or you know what I'm saying? Like if it's unconstitutional, it's unconstitutional. So yeah, the states can do whatever they want. That's what a lot of people will say about, oh well, I say I'll tell them that the first police started in the North as fascist merchants, thugs for merchants, and in the South as runaway slave catchers. And they say, well, the 9th and 10th Amendments say the states can provide their own welfare and security and all that other stuff. But no, you can't, because it goes against the original Constitution. You can't, and it goes against the supremacy clause. So just because something's in the 9th and 10th Amendment, I'm not talking to this guy who said that. But yeah, a lot of the haters will be like, the 9th and 10th Amendment says we can have cops. No, don't, bitch.
No, I mean, A. James says it goes deep. I mean, as I say, I'm not a favour of the 10th Amendment or the 9th Amendment, so I can't comment. I understand the first, the second, the fourth, and the fifth. The third, I always forget. A bit like a copper over in the States. Sorry, stormtrooper. You ask a stormtrooper what the Third Amendment is over there, and they just look at you blank. Even more so than they do when you ask about the first. But I will remember eventually. As I say,
the Third Amendment is regularly violated every day.
Yep, it's violated every day. It said you shall have no. People always say, "Oh, Will, why do you ask people about the Third Amendment? It doesn't have any practice in today's world." The Third Amendment involves quartering soldiers, allowing soldiers to be in your house in peace or wartime. Well, I hate to break it to you, but everybody in the United States and anybody that is watching this right now, your Fourth Amendment is being violated because the NSA is listening, the FBI is listening. There's
everybody's watching us.
Stationed in every single one of our houses, unfortunately.
For the record,
you are quartering the NSA.
But just to bring for the record in, the power is not given to the Constitution, are reserved for the states and the people.
I think people don't understand that the Constitution wasn't written to give people rights. It was written, my understanding, was written to limit the scope of the authority
government
over the people. Yeah, it was written to limit the government's authority.
Yes, that's my understanding as well. It was so that no government could override what was in the Constitution. And they couldn't make any laws which went against it. However, if you, depending on which stormtrooper you come across over in the States, they make their own constitution up and their own laws up, which, you know, and they say, you have to do what you say, what we say. And they have a habit, and that habit is they want your ID. It's like crack to them. It's a drug. They need to go to ID Anonymous in order to get round it, to break it, you know. All right, I'm being a little touch sarcastic there. Out of the state and the people, of course, the people are the authority.
And the final balance, and the final checks and balance.
And the people are the government. I disagree with that statement.
The government derives its power from the people, and the people are its final check and balance.
Yes.
So only the people can.
But I would say that
against the government.
Yeah, the government are out of control, and they have been for many, many decades. And that's, to me, is what we need to break. Their perceived power over us.
Well, how do you do that without revolting? You have to revolt.
Which, as I say, ultimately does possibly mean you're going to have to take up arms. Oh, Second Amendment in the States allows that.
It's written specifically to protect the First Amendment.
Yes. Yes. But as I said, I've said this many a time. I am
protected from who?
As somebody who is in the UK and or Great Britain and has no rights, has no protection, I am a firm believer in the United States Constitution, and I personally believe we should have something like that. I think everybody should have something like that, and I think it should be written.
It's a human right to protect yourself, man.
Mm.
You know,
well, that depends on which country you live in, because don't forget, we're about to have our human rights revamped totally. Oh, Vanish, your ex-wife was revolting. Oh, well. There is quite a few old jokes in relation to the peasants are revolting, and the cannibal turned around and said, well, this one certainly is. Etc. Oh, Bennett, fake Mike, smile. Oh, God, no, go back to where you were. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been going at this for an hour and nearly 40 minutes, which is fantastic. And we got less than an hour before Will goes live.
No, about an hour and 23 minutes.
An hour and 23 minutes. Oh, right. Okay. So let's call it an hour and a half. But yeah, when Will goes live, fake Mike, when he goes live, it'll be non-political. Let's see how long that lasts for.
10 minutes in, you're going to see foam all over my mouth. And that's why Bill Gates.
Bingo.
Bingo.
I think one of the most knowledgeable on the subject is Will T. There you go. Very good friend of mine, allegedly.
Yeah, there's nobody more knowledgeable than me when it comes to fashion expertise. I mean, I've heard others claim so, but where are they now?
Well, I totally agree with that.
Not on this panel.
AGM is played bingo, and he says that the house won. Therefore, he wins. If people are wondering where the bingo is coming from,
so basically, I was on a
conversation.
We were on another stream the other day, yesterday, I think it was, and me and Mellows were debating this character, and he was calling everybody a racist, and he called me racist for wanting reparations for African Americans. Go figure that one out. And then he said, and then he's like, "What are you talking about race for? I'll show you my face." And he was like, and the dude is whiter than me. And then he was like, and then Mellows was making a really good point, and he was like, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" And then I was like, well, bro, why are you asking where he's from? Like, does that make any difference? Aren't you the one that said let's not be racist? And then he's like, no, because I want to get to know him and I want to do. And then so Mellows continues with his argument. He's like, where are you from? He's like, Muslim. Gotcha. I owned you. Bingo.
Yeah, he had to be in his bonnet about Muslims.
By the way, Mellows is not Muslim.
Far from it. He's from the land of marijuana.
He's Melslam. He's Melslam.
Actually, he's from a little known place called Asgard.
Yep.
He's bingo. I had to do a little bit of Asgard too. I went with my boyfriend to the gay club.
And he's not joking, folks.
I'm not joking. Not joking.
It was there that he premiered his latest outfit. Trouble is, have you ever heard the story of the Emperor's New Clothes? That was what he was wearing.
Listen, Asgard is
And
not
it's
just
funny
a
because-
place, it's a utility belt.
And it's crazy because when I was wearing the Emperor's New Clothes, my boyfriend was like, you know, Will, I used to think you're crazy, but now I can see you're nuts.
And he then turned around and said, what, these nuts?
Got him.
Yeah, obviously we've now degenerated totally. I'm not going to apologize for it. We've had the seriousness, now there's the loony part of life. And this is how we end up all the time. We do take the piss out of each other on a regular basis, even away from YouTube. Fake Mike sometimes rage quits, but he actually says, I'm at work and I've got to do some work, you know, allegedly. I've yet to see him do any work.
How does a rabbi make his coffee?
How? Oh, he brews it.
Bingo. Well, okay, so how does he like his tea? Is it like his religion, too weak?
Ooh. You know, Jesus saves, but Moses invests.
What do you call an ant who fights crime?
What's that?
Vigilante.
Oh. Can we have that one, please, on vigilante.media? That joke.
Can we get a boom sound effect for this?
And he said, did someone say bingo? Yeah, it's getting that bad. Getting late. Hello, UK lady. Nice of you to arrive. We've had people here from America who got here on time. You're only in the UK. But anyway, back to the drinking game for those who are still taking part. Happy New Year. Or the blunt game. Sorry, Fake Mike, you're still at work. I shouldn't say things like that.
Hey, you can do whatever you want, bro. I'm chilling, man.
No, I know it's my channel. I'm sorry, it's our channel.
Art, my parking lot, our parking lot.
I say it's my channel, but the people know it's everybody's.
It's really Susan's.
No, it's not Susan's Lost Souls. It's too big for her. She's only a dwarf, and she's not here. So let's hope that one does not get back to her in Discord or anywhere else. Well, for the record, we put a smile on his face. He's enjoying the stream. Yeah, come on up and say hello before we close down. We're coming up to the 2 hour, last 15 minutes or so. So, you know, come on up and, you know, say your piece. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, although I do not accept any donations in any way, shape or form, there are plenty of people out there who are well deserved of your hard-earned cash. And if you wish to donate, please give it to a veteran.
I'm a veteran of these streets.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, I missed it.
I said I'm a veteran of these streets.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes.
The best way you can do to Grimmy is to share the video, help us grow this network, and continue to try to make the world a more altruistic place through nonviolence and the Socratic method. That's the best way.
Well, it's funny. Right at the beginning, I showed a short, which I'm going to put on again. I have passed this out to loads of people so to share. There is no copyright on this. If you want a copy to put up on your YouTube channel, you want to use it, please do so. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our aim for 2024. Many members under one network working together to take back our rights and to protect what we've already got and to stop the bastards from eroding them away from us. Hello, Bear. Nice to see you. Autumn, from you.
How you doing, Bear?
What's
I just wanted to tell you guys about some shoes I bought from my drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I can't stop tripping. How you doing, Bear?
Good, bro. You?
he bought the same trainers.
No, I'm wanting to buy a pair though.
They're a bit trippy, these ones. Definitely laced with something.
Anyway, I heard a game of bingo or something was going on over here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, AJM, he said he called house. When we checked the numbers, we found out that it wasn't. He only had a line. Of the white stuff, apparently.
What is red and smells like blue paint?
What?
Red paint?
What is red and smells like blue paint? Oh, we've lost Bear. Timing.
He's like, fuck this.
Oh, Jesus. And if you think you've had a good time during this brief interlude of life, wait until Fake Mike goes live. because the fun will continue. Honestly, not. I mean, honestly, allegedly. And he's back like an Australian boomerang. Welcome back, Bear. Where have you been? Oh, still got connection issues. You can't hear us. What a shame.
I can hear you.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
What a shame.
What do you guys call a parade of rabbits hopping backwards? A receding hairline.
Fucking out. Well, these been pulled out of Christmas crackers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would apologise, but I can't be bothered for Mello's crap jokes.
Mellows is sharing his Christmas cracker jokes with us.
He went round and stole them. Bit like Bella. No, I wouldn't accuse him of that. There's actually a guy out there, his name's Kaiser, who is very good at stealing Bella. You might know him as Fraud Tarangula. He's an idiot. Just thought I'd mention it.
I've said this before, though. Is a false claim really stealing valor?
It is when you're insulting people who have actually fought for what they believe to be a just cause. Such
But I mean, me or Will could make up some bullshit now, and it doesn't mean that anything's been stolen. We've just made a false claim.
Yes, but it puts those who have in an awkward position, and undermines what they have actually done. Especially when somebody turns around and says they have 2 Purple Hearts, shrapnel in their back, they've had 9 surgeries, right? And they never even got through basic training. They did enough in order to get free medical services from the Veterans Association, I think it's called, the VA, over in the States, but didn't actually get through basic training. But that was on the 2nd time he tried to do it. Apparently, yeah, he fell over and hurt himself, and it meant that he could not continue basic training.
Mm.
And I've seen the records that confirm it. So, you know me, I would never say anything which wasn't factual. And if I did, I would put allegedly at the end of it. I'm not putting allegedly at the end of it because I have actually seen his records and compared them to somebody who'd been in the service. And funny enough, they are totally different, you know. And I understand the guy for that reason, because apart from the fact that he's one of these anti-auditors and he steals people's streams just so that he can make money and rip people off, allegedly.
Right, so there's these 2 goldfish in a tank, and one looks at the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
And then 5 seconds later says exactly the same thing again. That's the punchline. Right. Final thoughts for this evening, because those who are regulars to one of these so-called shows, it's very rare we go over 2 hours. Originally, I thought this was going to be 5 minutes, but we're approaching the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to offer to these 3 people who've been here, two of them been here most of the time, and the newcomer Bear, your final thoughts. And who would like to go first?
I would like to say support Grim. Grow this.
Before you do, something I've got to do first. There you go. Spotlight's on you.
Yikes. Yeah, support Grim. If one of the moderators could put in the chat the links to the website and so on and so forth, you guys bookmark it Stay tuned for 2024. Get out there, try to create a more altruistic world through using nonviolence and Socratic methods. Share. Support Bear. Go subscribe to his channel. We can always use some help behind the scenes if you're interested in helping out or need some help, man. Message me, message Mellows. You can contact me, fakemikerealnews@gmail. Holla at me. And again, gentlemen, if you'd like to join me, it's going to be in an hour and 5 minutes. I'm going to be live. We're going to be talking fashion. We're going to be doing outfit checks. We're going to be playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? We're going to be doing some meme reviews, playing some music, and talking about some unpopular opinions. So looking forward to that. And again, Grim, thank you very much for allowing me on this panel. Talk to you soon, gentlemen.
No problem. Before you go, he's gone. He's gone. How old's a fifth grader? Anybody know? Sorry, it's just a question. If anyone in the chat knows that, I'd appreciate it, so I know what level I'm trying to aim at. There. Are you there? Not yet. So in that case,
No, I'm here.
hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Give me a second, Bear. I'm trying to. There we go. Solo.
Hello.
Any final thoughts in your 5 minutes of being here?
Nah, man. Just say the usual. Thanks to everyone who supports the Grim Reaper network, supports any of us within that network. Again, bit cliche, but you know, if you guys didn't come into the lives, watch the videos and things, and there wouldn't be much point. So, big up to yourselves. Hope everyone's had a great 2023 and has an even better 2024. And that's it, really. Love from me. And peace out, guys. Peace.
Thank you, Bear. Appreciate it. And seriously, thank you for making your way here all the way from wherever it is that you came from.
Los Santos.
Okay. I thought, you were on GTA, were you? I played that game last night. It was hilarious. I've never played it before properly. I'm still not. I can't drive except things into brick walls, which I thought was funny, but that's just me. Moving on, Mellows. Let me put you on the big screen if I can, if it'll let me. Won't let me. Why? Mellows, I can't put you on the big screen.
It's all right.
Oh, well, never mind. I did try. Your final thoughts.
Okay. Guy walks into a lawyer's office and asks the lawyer, "Excuse me, how much do you charge?" And the lawyer responds, "I charge £1,000 to answer 3 questions." Guy goes, "Bloody hell, it's a bit expensive, isn't it?" The lawyer says, "Yes, what's your 3rd question?"
Absolutely true lawyer joke. Anyway, there's a question on the screen in front of you. If you have the courage to what's this? To tune into the Grim Reaper network.org. It's not really about yourselves having the courage. It's about anybody in it who needs to put out a story, their own circumstances. Reach out to us, news desk at Grim Reaper Radio, Grim Reaper network.org. I still say radio show because that's the other one. Please reach out to us. We will publicize it. We've done it for the record and Four Corner Fists in the Air. I've got, as I say, coming up. I'm hoping to do a similar sort of thing for Know Your Rights. Once we've got that sorted out, sorry, you have rights. Please have the right to shoot you. No, you'll understand when it comes. He's had an ongoing battle for 12 months or more. His video is over on our Rumble channel because I couldn't upload it on here. Wouldn't let me because of the size of the file. It just refused, so I cheated. Other than that, folks, this is the last show of 2023. Certainly the last planned show. We will be back in 2024, and funny enough, that is Monday. When we'll be back. So thanks very much, everybody, for joining us. Peace, love, and respect to you all. Pork chops, you just turned up in time for us to say bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Respect to you all. Peace out.
Peace, man. Peace.